Hey everybody, it's Chris here at Bluerhino Safaris. I'm going to introduce you to my 2025 Zimbabwe tour. It's been a while since I've done a Bluerhino Zimbabwe tour. I've done quite a few private ones, and I didn't realize how long time have elapsed since I actually offered a tour to Zimbabwe. People are asking me, and I'm like, but I was there last year in August. But that was a private group, so I proceeded to create the new Zimbabwe trip. I'm very excited about it. It's a 2-week trip up into the Zimbabwe parks in September of next year. The trip will be fully booked. I have enough people asking for it, so if you want to go with, please get your name to me. Send me a mail, send me a WhatsApp. Make sure to get your booking in. But to start, before I go over to the tour itself, I want to tell you a little story, and this is something that is quite interesting. It happened in August last year on a private trip to Zimbabwe. We were sleeping in Wankie National Park in Zimbabwe, and I always try to get the exclusive campsites wherever I go. And this one specifically, I know very well. I've camped there many times before. And it's one of those spots that you arrive and you say, yeah, it would be nice if we could just stay here. And this campsite, we stay there for 2 nights. So we go into the night. It is one of the hides in Wankie National Park. So we sleep at the hide. So when sunset comes, all the day visitors have to go. They close the gates, and we sleep there for the night. So you can go down any time of the evening and have a look at the animals, listen to the sounds, and in the morning, get up, have your coffee right there next to the dam, and it's absolutely brilliant. So this is again on the cards, 2 nights next year. But I wanted to tell you the story because it happens so often that you arrive at a waterhole, and this picture was taken at 8:30 in the morning. So the first day visitors have arrived, they stop, they come down and they look and they say, oh look, there's a croc there, there's a croc there, and there's a group of buffalo, not very big, but a nice sighting, take a picture, get in their cars and they go. The good thing about being there for the night is that you know the full story. We heard the lions the whole night just to the left of this picture. There's a road there, and we know that they were on the road because when we had our coffee in the morning, we could see them crossing the road. So you look at this picture, you're at the hide, you're a day visitor, you say, yeah, nice buffalo. But what you're missing is that there are 3 lions in this picture busy stalking the buffalo. And the first lion, there's the tree on the left-hand side. The first lion is over here, a male lion. The second lion is a female, she's on this side, and the third lion you can't see, she's also a female, she's around here. And I have a few closer shots so that you can see a little bit better what the relationship is to the buffalo. And that's why the buffalo are generally lying down, and there's 1 or 2 that's alert because they are aware of the lions. And 8:59, half an hour later, the buffalo had enough. They didn't want to watch the lions anymore, and they decided to leave. And shortly on the heels, I don't have pictures of it, but the lions were walking on the ridge behind them here, just following the buffalo. Let's go to our calendar for 2025. The tours are on the website, so click on the 2025 calendar, and then if you go down, you will see Comprehensive Zimbabwe. That is the tour you want to click on. And there's the details. 15 September 2025 for 15 nights. We start in Botswana. We finish just above Bite Bridge. 19,700 per person sharing. One of the reasons is Zimbabwe obviously work in US dollars, and the park fees are quite expensive and the exclusive campsites are quite expensive. That's why the price is a little bit higher than you would maybe think, but for 15 nights in very good campsites in the parks all the time, this is a really good price. So if you click on read more, you can go over to the web page and have a look at the at the web page. The itinerary is there, the map is there. So let's have a look at the map. We start our trip in Nata. A good place to start. There's a restaurant. It's always a nice place to get yourself to. I can get there in a day. You can probably get there in 2. So a nice place to start and have a decent run for the first day. So it's only about 2 hours up to Panamatenga. We turn right, cross the border, do our paperwork, and then we go into Wankie. The first 2 nights in Wankie that we spend is at that picnic site that I show you the video of, or the pictures of, with the buffaloes and the lion. That's the first 2 nights that we do. So we go big on the first 2 nights in Wankie. Then after that, the next day we go for a little bit of an elaborate drive all around the area and ultimately end up at the camp called Cinematella. We are there for the night, and then the next morning we head out of Wankie on our way. If someone needs something, Wankie town is quite close. We can quickly pop into the supermarket and get something. And once we're done there, we head off to Lake Kariba. We spend the night next to Lake Kariba. Just because it's quite a long road, we don't want to do it in a day. So we spend a night in Lake Kariba at a lodge with a camping site. And then the next day we carry on with the gravel road, and we ultimately end up at Matusodona. Matusodona is one of those campsites that I've been to many times, and it is magical. It is a little peninsula that sits in Lake Kariba with really nice elephant. They have rhino. So a lovely little park, Matusodona. We are there for 2 nights. When we are done, we head out with a bit of a 4x4 track and then turn left towards Mana Pools. Longish day, we need to leave early, otherwise we're not going to make the gate. You have to be at the gate at a certain time, otherwise they say you can't get to camp, so you have to sleep in the hills. We're not going to do that. We're heading straight down to Mana Pools, and I have 3 nights at Mana Pools. Reason for that is we want to have a bit of a rest day. You can sort of do what you want to do. If you want to go for a long day drive and come back in the evening, you can do that. I would normally go out for the day, have coffee somewhere, have lunch somewhere, and then come back again. That will be one day, and then the other day we'll see what we do. Mana Pools, we'll visit the pools, we'll drive along the river's edge. There's always activity at Mana Pools. It is one of those places that is really cool to visit. Then from Mana Pools we start heading south. We bypass Harare and we head towards Gweru. That is where we find a lodge with a campsite. They have dinner there, hot showers, everything is good working order. So we head down to Gweru, and then from Gweru we go down to Masavingo side. At Masavingo we find the Great Zimbabwe ruins. We visit the ruins in the afternoon, and then in the evening, just around the corner, there's a nice campsite that we'll visit. Also have a restaurant, so if you want to eat there, then that's quite easy, no problem. When we go through Masavingo, we also see a supermarket. So if anybody needs anything, we'll stop at the supermarket and just get what we need. So then it's Great Zimbabwe ruins, and then the next day we head down to Gonarizu, where we sleep for 3 nights. Gonarizu, well known place of the elephants. It is getting better and better every year. They are developing it more. It is a park that suffered with the Mozambican War, but things are getting better there now. Lovely place. There's pictures of the Chiloja cliffs. We drive along the different rivers. The Rundi and the Savi has the confluence there. If you remember, there was a lady that gave birth in a tree when Mozambique flooded in the year 2001 about. It was on the news. She gave birth in a tree. It was just there, just below where the Rundi and Savi are together on the Mozambican side. So a lot of history there, very interesting. And then when we are done with our 3 days, nice campsite by the river, big trees, very exclusive. We make our way back towards Messina. I use Beitbridge. These days Beitbridge is easy, so I'll use Beitbridge. If you're from the Cape and you want to head back to Bulawayo's side, then you cut across through to Francistown and through to Botswana if you want to go that way. Otherwise, Messina and down to Johannesburg. And that's it. Once it's going to be an early morning, and once we are through the border, we all break apart and do our thing as we carry on. So it is really a nice trip with some of the best campsites and best places to visit. Zimbabwe for me is still one of the most supreme places as far as wilderness and wildlife goes. They have mountains, they have valleys, they have rivers, they have the Big Five, they have Lake Kariba. We're not doing Vic Falls because it is September and the water has been dropping, so the Vic Falls will not be in flood, and we can do it at a time when it is in flood. So there's your trip for Zimbabwe 2025. If you want to go, please let me know. It is rather urgent. As I say, this trip will sell out quite quickly, and I don't want to take a big group. We'll be 12, 14 people maximum to do this trip. And that's it. I trust you enjoyed my little story, and I hope to see you on the road. Stay safe. Cheers.